The San Francisco 49ers team preview edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Get up to a $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN.
This is Brock Purdy from Iowa State, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
To the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. I saw you were making a very difficult decision before the show, and you decided to really strap up and put your armor on.
What's that?
Anti-49ers, I can see loading.
Oh,
you made a conscious decision to put on the Reggie White, which generally is when you want to feel really good about yourself. So you must be just ready to throw.
I mean, part of it was I was wearing an Eagles t-shirt and was working out earlier today, so that was a bit sweaty, Ryan. So there was, I am a diva here behind the mic, but why not? Eagles Super Bowl champs. There was a budding rivalry between the 49ers. Maybe it cooled off a little bit last year. Obviously 49ers, bit of a down year. And looking back at the preseason, Ryan, shout out to us. Preseason week 1, we cashed the AFC North money line round robin parlay. I saw a lot of people got that at like 31-1. Just if you played the 3 times.
We bet it too early.
Yeah, because the line movement kept going up. So shout out to us. We'll do a whole. Well, I think we save our reactions from week 1 preseason for the week 2 preseason picks episode.
I've gotten too many DMs of people saying that they're smashing through the team previews, so we don't want to confuse them with a random round robin tout.
Yeah, no, shout out everyone catching back up. Football is back, and of course, with 32 NFL team previews, we have the phrase that pays, giving out 1 word per episode. Put all 32 words together, you have the phrase that pays. Send in that phrase. You have a chance to win $1,000 Circa Future. This episode's word is Cowboys.
You didn't even give people time to get out their pad. I barely had time to get mine out.
Well, because you always try and
I know you
always try and subvert me, Ryan.
What if someone's driving? They didn't have time to pull over.
This episode's word is Cowboys. COBOYS. We have
Cowboys.
How many? We only have.
I bleep that out too.
Yes. And if you listen to the Tampa Bay Bucks team preview, our buddy Chris Farley had gave out some extra bets, including one we had to bleep. And thanks to everyone reaching out. Yes, we for the live viewers, we couldn't catch it, Ryan, so we apologize.
People are saying it was one of the most disgusting moments on the show in the history of the show. 14 years of history. 15 years coming up.
Yes. And, wow. It is crazy. 2011.
And that was the grossest, the lowest moment the show saw.
It was. It was a visceral reaction. I mean,
you know what it was like? It's like when you get sent one of those videos, something horrible happens.
Yeah.
And there's like a first horrible thing where you're like, oh, and then it's actually not as bad. And then there's a second horrible thing. He went back to try to re-justify the point.
He's like, you got to give him credit for. He's like, no, but seriously, guys, hear me out. This is why I think redacted team will win the NFC East. And we got to go back and
he
look.
Said there are buy signals on redacted team. Which, by the way, I mean, kudos to him. It's also one of those where I'm sure some of our audience will find it extremely funny. As one of those, if you know, jokes.
Yes. So. Good times as always. And Kramer, a tradition unlike any other, joining us on the line from CBS Sports to talk all things San Francisco 49ers. Katie Mox. Katie's been killing it over on CBS Sports, but always appreciate you making time, Katie. Where do we start? We got to recap last year, which Where do we?
Hold on.
Yes.
Before you even get to that,
I like this.
couple things that I noticed that are new. One, when I was in the waiting room, the Soprano song was playing, so that was a good touch from you guys that I haven't heard before. Two,
It's saved for guys like Tommy DeVito who are super Italian.
So the DeVitos have befriended the Darts as family.
Oh, okay.
My God.
I could see that. Two, it was a nice surprise to hear Brock Purdy saying "Let it ride." I didn't realize that was part of it. I appreciate right now with Crame Dog wearing the Brock Hard Purdy. I know it doesn't mean anything because he wore this last year too, and he had a lot of hateful things to say. And I didn't really notice that you were wearing the Eagles jersey, but it does seem like maybe you're feeling some type of way.
I would say 95% of my wardrobe is either Eagles or SGPN merch. It's not a bit.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry.
Ryan, of course, bringing up the comment from Mike saying Ryan looking ripped. That's probably why he's wearing it, Katie. I think he shrunk the Brock Purdy shirt, so he's trying to show off the guns.
A lot of my shirts look shrunk lately, but I think Mike might also think that you're Ryan, potentially saying that because he's got the Rolling Rock. You got a green bottle in front of you. Unless he's calling maybe this is the joke is that I have my Rolling Rock.
Well, this is actually
LaCroix,
but
this is LaCroix for me. Not a Rolling Rock. For those who are wondering,
Ryan likes the carbonated water.
Well,
Well, let's look back at 2024 because Kramer and we had him 10-7, so we correctly hit the under. The expectations were sky high, 11.5. I won't bring up that I was saying Christian McCaffrey. There's some questions about the health. They ended up going 6-11, but if you look at
first of all, what kind of hateful person wishes injury on someone like Christian McCaffrey and predicts something like that? I think
Katie,
you gotta.
Imagine the predicament he's in this year with Saquon walking into a very similar looking bar.
I just said he would have to defy the odds to have a healthy season, and unfortunately, I couldn't predict that he was going to be healthy. For the entire season. I wish nothing but the best for Christian McCaffrey, unless when he's playing the Eagles.
Do you want Katie's prediction from last year?
What was her prediction?
God. Yeah.
12-5.
12-5.
Strong fan.
So, I was a year away. I was just a year away. So, it's
that's true. One direction, maybe, and maybe another direction.
Any big takeaways from last year? I mean, it does seem like injuries were the biggest thing, right?
It was a dumpster fire, right? I mean, like even just the injuries were probably the worst thing. They were winless as underdogs last year, 0-4. They had a 2-6, I believe, like one possession game, which means they were just horrible and in clutch situations. 1-5 in the division. I mean, this was just a complete departure from the 49ers team that we had seen over the last few years. So it was just a bad season. It was a down season all along. Like I believe Christian McCaffrey only played for about 4 games. Trent Williams didn't look like himself. And so I think that they are primed for a bounce back this year. And certainly the fact that there's almost no expectations on them like there has been in the past few years, I think works in their favor. Obviously, we'll get into it. The schedule really works in their favor. This year. I think they have one of the easiest schedules, if not the easiest schedule in the entire NFL right now. I think almost all of their opponents have the lowest combined win total of 2024. The rest advantage they have, last year they were traveling all over the place, and this year they have a +6 net rest days and a week 14 bye, which I think is really helpful for them as well. So they'll have fresher legs for longer stretches here. The roster, you got to think is healthy. You got 2 girl dads, that girl dad power that Crame Dog knows about. That's definitely coming in for our guy CMC and Purdy as well. And Robert Saleh returning back, I think is so good for the defense. Things that we've seen from camp is that he's just been going gangbusters over there. And so excited to see what that defense looks like. I know we've had a lot of departures on defense, particularly. And then of course, Debo going over to the Commanders as well. But you know what, I feel like this year, because there's no expectations, it feels fresh, and it feels like, if they are healthy and they go out and they play ball, because we still have our main pieces, particularly on offense, that I think they're going to surprise a lot of people. And there was this crazy stat, guys, that I saw, and I shared it on my socials a while ago about the 49ers over like the last 20 or 30 years, something ridiculous. They either miss the playoffs completely or they go all the way to the NFC Championship game. So I think this team is going to the NFC Championship game again. That's basically where we're going.
No, it's crazy because you mentioned that. I had that on the list of my notes. 22 straight years where they either miss the playoffs completely or, like you said, get to the NFC Championship. That's wild.
How many NFC Championship games did they get to? Is it 10? 8? 8? 7? 6?
Oh, see, Mike knows.
No, I don't mean to put anyone on the spot.
No,
but
I'm trying to do the math because they lost a couple there. They made some.
There was a good 10-year period, obviously, where they didn't, make it to the playoffs or whatever before Harbaugh came, and then there was that kind of coming in, and then I don't know, they made it. Wasn't it like three out of the last 5 they made it there? So.
Yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in that time. Well, in the last 35 years.
4 out of the last 6 years, they've been to the conference championship game. Twice they lost in the conference. Twice they lost in the Super Bowl. Then to Katie's point, you had that gap from 2018 to 2014, no playoffs, and then 3 in a row again where you get to the conference championship. Ooh. That is just that's kind of a wild.
They already got their 3 this decade, then.
All right, relax.
Relax.
Aren't you supposed to be Brock Hard over there? Like, come on.
Well, I am.
You're getting a little limp on us.
He's a little Brock soft.
I don't like
I'll never forget the first time we had Katie in studio to do a 49ers team preview, and she was just like, "Oh my God, you are a hater, Sean. I didn't realize this was when it was me. It was me versus George Kittle. That he was the first guy I was going head to head.
But we're cool with him now.
George Kittle,
we're on team smelling salts.
First of
he's
all,
a big advocate of the smelling salts. Yes.
Well, we did that. They brought them to CBS and we all ripped them.
Let's go.
And I got to say, I kind of, you got to treat it like almost like a glass of wine. Like I kind of swirled it around a little bit, see what I'm working with. You don't just go straight into it. You got to air it out a little bit. And so, I was able to do that, got a little bit, and then it was fine. And I liked it. But people that went just straight into it had a harder time.
Well, I think you can learn a lot about someone with how they take a smelling salt, right? Like either they're super naive or they're just like the hardo, like whatever. Yeah. I'll throw whatever at my nose. Because when you see someone hit the smelling salts too hard the first time, it's pretty hilarious.
Well, CJ was very excited when we did our smelling salts, a little too excited. And I think Katie's on to something, Ryan. We're always looking for extra ways to grow the network. What about smelling salts sommelier? They have them for wine. Katie was talking about like smelling it like a wine. We need to be smelling salts sommeliers. And hey, this pairs great with a third down, like and I think there's something there.
Well, I think it's like
you just gotta air it out a little bit. You gotta get a whiff of it. You don't just go straight into it. You got to know what you're working with.
It's like the photos of the videos of the kickers doing it always crack me up the most.
Well, it's just like, what kind of game? I think it's more like, what kind of game day is it, right? Is it a playoff game? Is it an early slate on a Sunday prime time? Like, how do you want to hit it? Is it going to pair well with that energy drink and vodka you're also about to slam?
Well, that's some fourth down territory, it feels like.
I just love how the NFL is like, we just can't buy it anymore because it might hide
legal
concussions.
Loophole. Just classic NFL. Hey, you guys can still do whatever you want. We're just technically we can't.
The players were going to revolt.
Yeah, they were really pissed.
This is like taking cigarettes away from prison.
It does seem like the owners. The owners are like, hey, the way we avoid guaranteed money in these contracts is just keep giving them smelling salts.
Well, you heard when they asked John Lynch about it, they were like, "Oh, did you ever use it as a player?" Which one, if you saw him play, absolutely. He's like, "I use it as a GM. I'm going into meetings and my stuff."
Football guys are hilarious. They just never change. It's like I'm going into a meeting with ownership. Let me rip this thing.
I got a 10:30 Zoom. Better crack the smelling salt.
Exactly. Yeah, your 9:15 stand up. We do need to get a box, Sean.
Yeah.
I think that's
just to have the option.
Just start cracking them more often.
Yeah, we also just to remind people, right?
Yeah, let them know.
We did the bit like
we've done it a number of times.
8 years ago.
I mean, it's there. If you watch our intro video,
it's true.
The intro video is the first time we did smelling salts.
Yeah. In the garage. Yeah. Probably 2017. No, 29 pandemic.
Just
pre-pandemic.
Just a couple of bros with some smelling salts in the garage.
It seemed like
dark.
a good idea.
Sounds
Sean
dark.
came by.
Yeah.
The best part is it was like it's in the bottle's right here. Sean, hold it up. It literally.
There you go.
It looks like a. I can't really see, but it looks like one of those it looks like it's medicine.
Yeah,
it's one of those fake labels that's meant to look like science and medicine combined. Yeah. I don't think they sell them on Amazon anymore, Sean.
No, it's who knows.
It's a little hard to get them.
You gotta have a guy these days.
People are cooking them themselves. Moonshine.
that's why we got to legalize smelling salts. Getting back to the 49ers.
The Breaking Bad of smelling salts.
Wait. Let it ride, let it rip. I feel like you could brand some smelling salts. Actually, sell them on the store.
Degen salts.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yes, Katie.
All right, we got work to do, Ryan. Let's cancel the episode. Just get on our smelling salts.
Great idea. Well, it's a great transition back to a new
George Kittle.
A new Kubiak that not many people may know.
Kubiak. They
where'd they find this fucker?
What rock was he hiding under? There's so many Kubiaks out there.
So many Kubiaks.
I would say Katie did a good job mentioning the key additions, key losses. Greenlaw, Ufunga going to the Broncos, that could hurt. We'll see. I thought they did a pretty good job in the draft. Like some of the prospects coming in there. I would say Bryce Huff, that they brought in for the 49ers. He was like basically a total bust for the Eagles, but whatever it was scheme wise and position wise that they had him doing clearly wasn't working for him, but he was very good when he was playing for Robert Saleh the year before. For the Jets. So he could be a sneaky addition that I feel like is kind of getting under talked about. I am high on Ricky Pearsall, second year.
Are you?
I am. Yes.
Whoa.
You don't like Ricky Pearsall, Katie?
Well, nothing personal. I mean, but I like him under on his yards.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Shooting aside, right? Like
yes.
when he I think he's a little injury prone because even before that, he had some injuries at camp last year. Now he's on the PUP list this year. And when we look at his rookie campaign as a whole, like it was okay, right? And I think a lot of people are thinking because there's no Deebo Samuel that there may be some more work for Pearsall. But like even with Ayuk and CMC lost to injury for most of last season, he still struggled to outpace people like Juwan Jennings and the rest of the team. And so I just feel like I don't know. I think he's going to have some moments, but I don't think he's going to be the guy. Ayuk's going to come back at some point. Kittle had a monster year last year. Dude looks like a beast this year. He's going to get more targets. Jennings, I know there's some situations with him right now. I think that's going to work itself out. So I don't think Pearsall is going to have. I'm actually fading him under on his receiving yards.
This is splendid. Sean brought a dead animal back to the porch.
I thought Katie would be high on the Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah.
Here's my
couple other things I'd be worried about too.
What?
The Mac Jones energy. Not at all worried about Mac Jones being too much of an alpha for Brock Purdy to handle.
For Brock Hard Purdy, Mac Jones.
He got paid. That's the only thing to me. That's the thing making me feel good about it. But
he got paid. He had a daughter.
Yeah. Well, again, things that make you complicit. Are we not worried about the offense, Katie? We're worried about the offense a little bit, right?
No. Well, I mean, when we look at Trent Williams has to play better than he did last year, right? That was awful. And then you look at someone like CMC only playing 4 games last year. That was awful as well. But like, I expect that Christian McCaffrey plays better. I expect that Trent Williams plays better. The things that we've seen out of camp this year too. Nick Bosa was beating him like all the time, and he got really frustrated, which I think is like a really good thing and good for him to like lock in and be the Trent Williams that we need him to be. And when you look at somebody like Brock Purdy, like last year obviously was a down year because of all of those injuries, but he has been extremely efficient when he has all of his weapons there. Ayuk is going to come back at some point. That's going to be fine. Kittle is his guy, and Jennings, and I'm not worried about the offense. The defense is where we lost everything. The defense is a little bit more worrisome. The only thing that makes me feel better about that is that, we still have Bosa. Obviously, we still have Fred Warner, and you got Robert Saleh back. But the defense is more worrisome to me than the offense.
Yeah, I would agree with that, because to your point, there's a lot of talent missing that you look at what they drafted. Obviously, five picks all go defense, which could be good in the future, but that's a ton of rookies, and they lost a ton of production on that back end. And Saleh being back should help a little bit scheme wise, but I am a little worried about your defense. We'll see with the offense. It should be fine, assuming the health. But where are you at with Juwan Jennings? Now he's saying it's a calf. It sounds like it's a hold-in situation. What is with?
Yeah.
Well, in general, it seems like there's a bit of acrimony. It's not Cowboys territory, but their 49ers players seem to like to hold out.
Yeah.
Where are we at? Does Juwan Jennings get a new deal before the season starts?
I think he does, because they always do. I mean, we saw it with Debo a few years ago. We saw it with Ayuk, just last year. And this one seems to be a little bit nicer actually than the other ones, where he's not, wiping his social media and requesting the trade and all that kind of stuff.
It's so dramatic.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's fine. It'll get worked out. We've been through this so many times at this point that even the Terry McLaurin stuff that's happening with the Commanders, I'm like, it's fine. It's going to be fine. It always works out. The one I find more interesting is probably the Micah Parsons situation, but I do think that that's probably going to work itself out too. But I think he actually really does not want to be a Cowboy anymore.
That is, I mean, again, if you're not following and you haven't visually seen Jerry in some of these interviews, he looks very both like excited that the cameras are on him, but also like pissed off that's gone off script. Like Micah Parsons went off script.
Yeah.
And I don't think he likes that.
It does have a little bit of a pro wrestling vibe. I'm sure he will end up getting signed, but just crazy that you would add this. And I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, but to some degree, if Micah Parsons is holding out this entire time, not getting, I mean, it is a new defensive coordinator. And then what? You're playing that early Thursday game against the Eagles, a huge game. The problem is Jerry, I don't think cares that much about the results on the field. Like he just wants the attention.
All these teams with their pass rushers and wide receivers, like what are they messing around for?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, to your Niners question, it's a receiver that they seem to value probably more. It's complicated too with this one too. He's probably valued more by the Niners than he would be on the open market. So I don't know. I mean, that's the problem, right? The receiver room. They our friend of the program, who I think is in the chat, Mr. Rosenberg, showing us the transaction logs of the Niners, because they're just constantly signing receivers, trying guys out. It does seem like they got.
Well, Ayuk,
if Pearsall is not going to step up, and Ayuk is whatever's going on with his recovery. And then Jennings, Kittle's in for a big fucking year. That's the takeaway, I think.
Yes, take him over on his yards. Take him over on his touchdown prop is at 6.5, which is insane. He had 8 last year. No Debo. He's gonna get more. Like I'm all over on everything Kittle.
Kittle should be good. I'm still a little optimistic for my boy Ricky Pearsall. He survived a gunshot wound, and still he led the 49ers in intended air yards and man-to-man coverage. I did remember
George Kittle
wrote that down.
My number 4, Sean's number 3
tight end,
fantasy tight end.
Yeah, see, I'm in on Kittle this year. Kittle and I are cool.
Who are 1 and 2? Laporta,
McBride and Bowers.
Oh.
Yeah. In some order. And
see, I have him above Laporta.
I have Kelsey ahead of him too.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Kramer's turned into more of the hater.
You know, Taylor Swift's music's pretty sweet.
It is. Well, he looks more in shape than he did last year. He had a down year last year.
Oh yeah, he was rusty as hell. He looked like shit in the Super Bowl. I was just rewatching the Super Bowl, as I do from time to time. And Kelsey was bad.
Right, can you say objectively though that was the most boring Super Bowl we've ever had? No. I mean, the fact that it was all the way until like the fourth quarter garbage time when they finally scored.
Great take, Katie.
I mean, Katie, it is entertaining to see Patrick Mahomes get his ass kicked.
It was for the first half, and then as it kept carrying on into the second half, it was like, okay,
all right,
let's
give me
see
the
something.
snooze. Give me that snooze fest.
I
Day
will
of the
say
week.
I did have the weird, like anyone who had the Jahan Dotson first touchdown, like sweat then overturn, it kind of ruined the rest of the game because you have this moment where you're like, fuck the rest of the game. I don't care what happens. God damn it, so close to. Yeah, I mean, poor Mahomes. He's fired up though. If you've seen him,
oh yeah,
Kermit is fired up.
Pour one out for Mahomes. All right, we're gonna get into the schedule. Before we do, of course, shout out to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Head over there, get signed up today. Bunch of, I mean, Kramer again. Just the MyBookie account is flush with all the. I mean, that round robin AFC North moneyline parlay was.
I've seen some screenshots too from MyBookie.
Shout out, and of course, good time to get in over there. 100% match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions do apply on the deposit bonus. So check out the fine print there. But MLB, WNBA, golf, whatever you're getting down on preseason football, it was. I watched a shit ton of preseason football these past few days. It was great. I on Saturday, my wife wasn't around and just had all 6 games going on at the same time. And
wow.
And screw the NFL app. They set a screen limit on. Really? I actually paid for the NFL Plus to get all the preseason, and they tap you out at 4 screens. So I had to. We have our workaround systems, Ryan. But come on, NFL. MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm's power trends. They're now smart signals. They've been on a heater. They have been crushing it. They have a strikeout prop that has been hitting 59% of the time. Again, it's just good to have a little bit of data. The AI back picks and props are great for a ton of sports. Cannot wait till the NFL and college football stuff drops right around the corner. Firing on the FCS total model. That was a killer last year. Highly recommend it. Get started today. Try the 7-day free trial. You're going to like it. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Kramer, what are the odds for the 2025 San Francisco 49ers?
That it was getting back to MyBookie. It was fun to hit for me it was only 2250. It was nice to hit that 2250. Oh. My God,
your count gets pretty flush when you hit one of those.
We hit it ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, these preseason spreads, it was crazy. It was my whole thesis for the first week. Numbers are moving a touchdown. Are you kidding me? All right, Niners. What was it last year? 11.5.
11.5.
10.5 this year, Sean.
Okay.
Minus 136 to the under, plus 108 to the over. So shaded slightly to the under. Make playoffs is minus 192. A lot of respect here, as if there aren't other teams in the division. Miss plus 154.
They know.
Division plus.
It warrants respect.
Division plus 170, conference 9-1, Super Bowl 20-1. Sounds like if you like the division, you should play the conference. As we talked about that, we can get in wicked trend. Sean, they are at 10.5 again, shaded to the under, and they are favored in 15 games. The line, the number they're getting in the dog spots only 1.5. Now, I take a little bit of issue with the Rams spread. Maybe that will move, but yeah, like this is
the first few weeks go.
Well, but we've covered, basically we're walking up the ladder, and we haven't. And first of all, this is our first 10.5 team.
Yeah,
and we're slightly out of order, but this team is clearly getting the respect and the look ahead numbers compared to some of the other teams we've done that are just behind them at 9.5. And so,
no, I mean,
I don't know how you what the takeaway there is. If you're fading them, maybe you fade them in the look ahead market, not the win total, and vice versa. But
as a 49ers hater, the hardest hurdle to get over for this season of the hate, which I'm sure I'll find some way, is their schedule is very manageable, and the look ahead line suggests that. Now there are a couple spots that I am a little different with all per the market, but they're playing a last place schedule, so that is huge for them in a potential bounce back.
I'd say the first you can frame up some of these stretches where it's like, whoa, they play 5 road games in 7 weeks from week 5 to 11. So there's certainly some stretches.
But they're mostly like either central or west, so they're not traveling a bunch of time zones in that stretch too as much. You know what I mean? So it's not as bad, not as brutal.
Yeah, they only play 5 times in the early window, Sean, in fact. But they do start with a number of road games, including, and like Katie mentioned earlier, the strength of schedule, very easy, but also the net rest. They're definitely a team that is as advantaged as you can be.
Yeah.
Of course, the NFC does have the extra road game, but Niners are set up to have success, which is why you've just heard people endlessly talk about it. I will say, Katie, it is very annoying to hear people talk about the Niners being good and the schedule. You know what it is? I hate the team that has the easy schedule take. Every year, it's like someone's going to have the easy schedule. Everyone's going to find out, figure it out.
Right, but the Niners haven't had the easy schedule in a ton of years, and there's been so much expectation on them. And I think people are just saying this team is still very good. They're well coached. They have still their top pieces there. If they stay healthy, this schedule is ridiculous for them.
I agree, and if I was a fan of the team, I could see why it'd be a positive. I'm just saying, I think I've crafted my take to say I hate whichever team this is every season. I hate that team. So this year I hate the Niners, and I hate the take. They start out with a back-to-back.
Again, you wear the T-shirt for what? For what?
I think to spit your disrespect.
My daughter said it looked nice on me, so I just.
No, your daughter's smart.
Yeah,
your daughter.
Yeah.
Dad, wear your Brock Hard Birdie shirt. That's odd.
Yeah. What do you mean?
I don't know.
I explained the joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like he's not hard, so it's like ironic that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
all right.
She's learning comedy, so we were discussing a good ironic joke at Seattle, at New Orleans. Honestly, that's a very nice way to start the season. Although I guess the road trip to Seattle always can. There are some unknowns up there this year. Although I feel like most of us feel like we know everything we didn't know about Sam Darnold. Then you have Arizona and Jacksonville, 2 of my favorite teams this year.
Really?
Coming to town. Oh, Katie, I've been jagging off all
I've been
weekend.
trying to tell him.
You've been Brock hard and jagging off this year.
Yeah.
Well, I've been really busy in the office.
I will say I'm harder. I'm definitely higher. More. I don't know how to say it in a sexual way. I'm higher on Brock Purdy than I thought I was going to be this year.
Okay,
but
good.
I'm certainly been jagging off more than I've been.
Kyler looked electric in that preseason.
It's just preseason. It's just preseason.
Just throws it right to the defender.
It's just preseason.
Pretty bad. Kramer, again, I want to fade this 49ers team in some way, shape, or form, but I do like them week 1 against Seattle.
The Saints might not win a game this year, right?
They might not win a game.
It is
no quarterback.
It is, yeah, really bad. The quarterback situation.
They need to trade for someone.
It's
right?
worse. It's worse than the Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones quarterback.
Luis
battle.
Perez, get the Spring King. Come on.
I don't share your love of the Cardinals and Jags. I'm gonna say 3-1. But if Katie comes on here and says 4-0, I won't accuse her of being a homer.
No, I'm gonna say 3-1. I think they might drop that first game to Seattle. I think that's a tough place to play. You got the Darnold revenge game, Clint Kubiak. It's a tough place to play. There's still moving parts. I wouldn't be surprised if they drop week 1, but then I have them winning through week 4.
It is a road division game to start.
Shanahan doesn't tend to get beat by his disciples.
It's true.
We have Kubiak on Kubiak. Which
there is
some
a Kubiak fight.
Kubiak on Kubiak.
That.
Well, division home dogs in week 1.
I've been thinking about this game.
That's going to be a hard game to pick.
The Niners are also a little bit where unless we find out a little bit more about the receivers and everything else, there's going to be a lot of question with this.
Yeah,
offense and defense.
It
and so
might take a second to get rolling. It's a tough week 1 game.
And as much as I'm kind of a hater of the Seahawks, I do believe that defense, if there's anything I can believe in this game that will be ready to go, it will be that defense. And so, yeah, I think the more that I think about it, the more that I might be on Seattle week 1, Sean.
Okay.
3-1 for me as well.
3-1.
2-2.
2-2.
Yeah, I just leaving the
Oh,
door open for
wait, are they losing to Arizona or Jacksonville?
I would say
Ryan's a huge fan of both those teams.
Yeah, I know. Which one? Who's the other lost to?
They're gonna lose one of those games because, like you mentioned, Katie, so astutely, that they will get a little bit. It's gonna take a little bit to get going.
See, Katie, when your team hasn't been relevant for like 15 years, you develop fandoms of other teams.
Yes,
Katie doesn't have to deal with that.
I know I just said preseason doesn't matter, but Abdul Carter going to be a problem.
Oh, okay.
Abdul Carter going to be a problem. Also, the Jags game, they will be looking ahead to that game against the Rams on Thursday night. So it'll be a little scary spot there. So that's where the 2-2 comes from. Next 4, and this is when the 5-7 starts at Los Angeles. That will probably be more of a home game. Katie likes
probably Levi South. What do you mean? There are no Rams fans. It's not a thing.
I mean, as someone who lives in the city of Los Angeles, you can find Niners and Raiders gear and Cowboys gear pretty easily here, as if they're a home team. Rams on the road, then at Tampa. That's an interesting road trip situation. Then they come home to beat the shit out of Atlanta. And then at Houston and at the New York football. Or wait, that's too many games. We're stopping at Houston, which is the beginning of another back-to-back road spot. A lot of winnable games here, though. Mm-hmm. They go against the Disciple and D'Amico. You have the Rams, who, I mean, McVay still desperate to topple that.
Are we going to see Jimmy Garoppolo?
Ooh.
Oh,
this is a win. This is a win-win for Katie.
Looking a little,
get to talk about Jimmy Garoppolo, but don't you want to bet Matt Stafford over a half interception? Katie?
I'd bet Jimmy Garoppolo over a half interception as well. In fact, that line might be 1.5 if he gets to the start.
So yeah, Jimmy still got it, I guess. Yeah, but also Stetson Bennett looking pretty good.
Yeah,
they got a quarterback problem in Los Angeles.
Is he back from whatever sabbatical he was on?
Yeah.
That was we never officially got the story on what was going on, but maybe got too many of those smelling salts or something. Katie, what did you had a lot of
moonshine from Georgia. He was into that.
You had a lot of Jimmy G paraphernalia, I feel like back in the day. Now
I still do.
Okay, now do you? Now I was gonna ask if you burned it. Do you put him in like a voodoo box?
I still love Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay, there's no. You just don't turn on. You don't turn on a face like that. But then once we started seeing Brock Purdy play, then it was like, I'll always love you, but it's goodbye.
Sean, I think,
and then now I can really see his flaws, in the way that he plays. But I still love him.
I think it's like Pam Anderson, but like stuck in time with the Baywatch.
Oh,
Pam Anderson, you know what I mean?
Yeah, where you always see him for what you. She looks
past the Devontae Adams tiff. That's now I guess okay. Yeah, doesn't want to kill him anymore.
Well, but when you watch that, did you guys watch that Receivers doc? Yeah. When I watched it, it was so painful to watch. I'm like, oh God, Jimmy, like, oh yeah.
Not my Jimmy.
Not my Jimmy. Well, all right.
Kramer, what are you doing there next 4?
I think they're vulnerable in the Bucks game.
Yeah.
But I think the other road games, those are games they win. So I'm gonna say 3-1 here.
3-1.
Surprising 3-1 here.
It's 3 road games, and I'm a little higher on Atlanta.
The first one's not a road game. Katie's right. We all know what SoFi is.
But I think at Tampa and at Houston, and
D'Amico is one of his though.
I would say Atlanta. I'm a little higher than the market on Atlanta, so I'll go 2-2 here. I think this is a tough stretch. 3 road games with a back-to-back road game in there. Katie.
So they win LA. That's a given there. I like them to win against Tampa Bay actually, and I like Baker Mayfield a lot. And when you look at the 49ers last year, they were 1-7 against playoff teams. Actually, the only team that they beat on the road that ended up being a playoff team is Tampa Bay. And that game was close because Jake Moody missed 3 field goals. So looking for him to be a little bit better this year. And so I like them to win at Tampa Bay. Atlanta, I'm not that high on Atlanta. I feel like there was a bunch of hype last season, didn't pan out. Bunch of hype this season, not sure it's going to pan out as well. So I'll take them to win that one, and I'll say they lose against Houston. I think D'Amico might get the best of Saleh there.
The Rams game is Thursday night, by the way, so there's also extended rest for that Tampa game. If you want,
but road Thursday night games are tough.
Yeah, it doesn't. Not
if there was
a
reason for them to slip up. So. Katie coming in at 6-2. I'm 5-3. Kramer 5-3.
Also,
first 8 games here.
McVay is doing the thing where he's like, "Oh yeah, no, Stafford's going to be able to make all the throws." Which, if I'm a Rams fan, I'm very nervous.
I mean, he's not looking great health wise.
He's not unless he throws. Until he throws a football.
Supposedly, their next team or like the joint practices, he's supposed to throw, but we'll see. Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. It sounds pretty shitty for us.
All right, so then the fourth road game in 5 games at New York to take on the Giants, who I would be very concerned about that defensive line. Then the Rams come to town, then at Arizona and Carolina at home. I mean, again, there are a lot of teams that are just not going to pose a threat at all, even if the Niners aren't that good this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I split the Rams games. I forget that waffle Photoshop was very offensive, by the way. Sean. So yeah, this could be a little bit of a slip up section here.
Okay.
Oh,
could be a little bit of. I can't really go worse than 2-2 though. So I'll go 2-2.
2-2 for the San Francisco 49ers.
Carolina on Monday night, by the way. Who picked that? Who picked that game?
I think they're crediting the McCaffrey revenge narrative a little bit too hard. A little bit too hard there for a Monday night game.
It wasn't even acrimonious. It was. I felt like
he pretended like it was at the end, and they don't even want me. It's like, bro, you wanted to go. Like, what are you talking about?
They also realized they sucked and they needed a bunch of picks.
It's like, what are you talking? Yeah, you got to go to the Niners. Which you've just been gushing about ever since.
Yeah.
Because
I think he just had to pretend like it hurt him a little bit, but I think he was happy to go.
All right, this is interesting because you get that road game at Arizona. I'm with you though. Obviously, Giants suck. Can they lose one other game? I think so. This is, I mean, yeah, I'll go 2-2 here, but I could see if Katie goes 3-1 again. I understand it, but
I am
keep it conservative.
I am going 3-1 again because they're going to beat the Giants. I think they could trade games with the Rams, so I'll say they lose that one. And the thing with Arizona is this will be, I believe, the second time that Brock Purdy will be playing there. I think he was injured last year in that game, but he likes to play in front of his home crowd, and he threw for like almost 250 yards and 4 touchdowns the last time he was there. So I think he comes up big in Arizona. I like them to win that one, and then Carolina's just, that's a win. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I be careful with your auto win on the New York Football Giants. Clearly, you're not paying attention.
I will say
I'm paying attention.
The Giants' defensive line is, I think, will be decent, and if the 49ers, the offensive line, and again, going back to it, Katie, what do you got to do as an organization to get the injuries right? I feel like you guys have had a bunch of years with the bad injuries.
Yeah.
Is there like you have to
I don't know. I was reading something a few years ago about the 49ers and their soft tissue injuries and how they like lead the league and all these different metrics. And there were some players that went to play for different teams, and they say that the Niners just work you harder in the preseason and other places allow more rest and whatever. So I don't know what it is, but it's and they run their people to the ground to a certain extent too. It's like positionless football. Everybody's doing everything and everybody wants to. And so it's it's tough, but that's what makes them so great on the other end too. So
I was laughing because as we were talking, Kramer went out of his way to dig up his Kyle Juszczyk autographed Super Bowl helmet and put it proudly display.
It's my mistake. I forgot I was going to display because we're talking.
That's when you hit. Didn't you hit the first touchdown? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
First catch
in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And I was able to win this in auction, a Super Bowl commemorative helmet in a Super Bowl they lost, which
Yes.
Sean continually makes fun of me for.
Well, Kramer kept updating me on
But
the
it was
bidding.
it wasn't the Niners win. It was his win that he wanted
Yes.
to.
Yeah, thank you, Katie.
I get it. I'm just saying you were like all worried about being outbid. And I go, Kramer, I don't think the Kyle Juszczyk autographed helmet after the fact where they
That's
didn't
true.
win the game
That's true.
is gonna you're not gonna be in a bidding war. But Ryan's like, oh look,
I got it.
Do I gotta put 200? Do you think 200? I'm like, I don't think.
Don't worry.
I don't think it's flying off the
Now,
shelf.
were you fighting with anyone, or did your first bid just go?
No, I did have to outbid someone. There were other people bidding on this beautiful piece of memorabilia.
Kyle Juszczyk's friends and family.
Oh, what a day. What a day. I told everyone on Radio Row that year. Bet Kyle Juszczyk first reception. They probably thought I was a real fucking psycho. All right.
Well,
Last five.
Then you're a genius.
Yeah, no, I mean they genius later, but it was too crazy of a bet for most people to actually get down on. I feel like. Give me an update, Sean.
You are 7-5. I'm 7-5. Katie 9-3.
Ooh, okay, that's about right. All right, last five.
I told you I was just a year away last year.
You were just a year away. Week 13 at Cleveland, who they look like they could be really bad this year. Then.
You weren't impressed with
Shador, Ryan?
Again, preseason.
Ryan's a Shador here.
No, preseason game. Being good. Yeah. Being good in the preseason is a prerequisite for being good in the regular season. But lots of people who've been good in the preseason have been ass in the regular season.
R.I.P. Quinn Ewers.
Oh my God.
He did not look good.
Sorry, Sean. He does better in practice against the Dolphins defense.
He does.
My God. All right. So at Cleveland, then the late bye week, which if they're gearing up for a Super Bowl run, you like
as
this.
they are.
It is good for a veteran team.
Then Tennessee
for a 9-4 team. What do I have them at right now?
9-3.
Tennessee
9-3.
at home. So you're getting the rookie. If Cam Ward's good, maybe he's figured it out by now. Then at Indy, maybe they've figured out their quarterback situation by then. No. Chicago at home and Seattle at home. My God, this is so you know how I always get mad when they do too many division games at the beginning of the season? Why are we not we need more division games for the Niners?
I don't think we can make you happy at this point.
This is ridiculous. They play one division game in the last 8 weeks of the season, Sean.
That is odd. I would say I am with you. I don't mind. I mean,
this kind of makes me like
you don't need a division game week 1, but I don't mind having them back weighted a little bit division games. But yeah, I very winnable games here down the stretch, but maybe the injuries have caught up to the 49ers here a little bit. Kramer, where are you at last 5?
Katie's calling me a petulant child.
We just can't make you happy.
Three home games and the 2 road games are against teams that I think. All right. Yeah. We're both higher on Cleveland's going to win a couple games, probably at home and probably when
tricky spot for
probably when their defense can like take over and they can, this isn't the matchup for them. And then Indy, who so far, what have we seen? Well, the quarterback situation is exactly what we thought it was going to be, which is not good. And if you're not, I think the defensive line for San Francisco is going to be able to stop teams or still be okay against the run.
Yeah.
I've heard very good things about the D lineman out of Georgia. I'm blanking on his name. Williams.
Mikael Williams.
Yeah. But yeah, Sean, they could get hot here. They could get hot down the stretch. Is this 5-0?
I mean, Kramer, you're your own man. Don't let me let me explain how to cook your waffle.
This could be if I say 4, does it get over?
I'm not going to reveal your number.
Fuck. This could be 4.
Could be.
They randomly lose at Cleveland. There you go.
That has been a tricky spot.
The bad weather. It's late enough in the year. Brock Purdy might be banged up by then. Anything's possible. 3-2. 3-2.
I'm with you. This is
man, they could go 5-0 here.
This is on paper it looks very manageable, but I would say
there's always a trap game.
There is, and that Cleveland game might be a little trappy. I also think Chicago at home could be a little bit interesting.
So who made this schedule? They play Indy and Carolina on Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
Who made these? Who made these?
Why
games?
does Indy have a Monday
that
night game?
I'm actually with you.
You locked in a Monday night game with either Dan Jones or Anthony Richardson. Both of them will be hurt by then.
Yeah,
It's gonna be Riley Leonard.
what were they hoping for on that Monday night? I will go 3-2. I feel
that could be the first Monday night flex.
No, you're right. That does happen. So I'm clocking in at 3-2, 10-7. Katie, you have 9-3 in this last 5.
Yeah,
What are we doing here?
I'm gonna go 3-2 as well. One of those games is a slip up, and then I think week 18 they're probably gonna rest the starters because they're just getting ready. You know what I mean for the postseason. So that game's kind of a wash.
I like the we got to keep track of how many people. Well, and then when we bring on the people who are fans of their team, and we're probably resting our starters week 18. So I'll give you a loss there. No, that's Seattle. Seattle's interesting team too, but Darnold late in the year, we'll see.
I was fairly pessimistic and still got to 10 wins.
No, the schedule is very doable there. Hey, before we get to our best bets for the 49ers, reminder, we're doing another pack break with our buddy Daps. A card guru. They also have some autographs. The autograph jerseys, I think 5 are in the pack. It's pretty sweet. You buy your team, and then they open up all the cards, and whatever cards you get, or whatever cards are open of your team that you bought, you get those cards. So it's a pretty fun sweat.
It's pretty electric. So it's a fun sweat.
It's gambling, but it's cards. Tuesday night, 7:00. You can get 10% off your pack over at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/break, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/break. And of course, a reminder, Circa Million, Circa Survivor, Kramer, we're going to be out at the Circa coming up here. Well, we're going out this Thursday and Friday doing our recent show. And then the following week, we'll be out there for contest weekend. $22.5 million guaranteed in Circa Sports contest. Circa Survivor, biggest pro football contest. Circa is awesome. Downtown's great. Highly recommend it. You get 15% off any of the downtown Circa properties with promo code SGP15. And if you're entering the contest, you got to use one of our proxies. Go to footballcontest.com, use the promo code SGP, get your $50 off your proxy fees. Footballcontest.com, promo code SGP. Last but not least, Underdog Fantasy Football. Best Ball Mania is happening. Underdog Pick'em with the higher lower. Of course, I destroyed the Underdog Pick'em world with my Tanner McKee higher passing yards. He was slinging it. Katie likes the lower on the Ricky Pearsall season long. Plenty of action over on Underdog. Go to underdogfantasy.com. Use the promo code SGPN. Get a special pick and first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. Underdogfantasy.com. Promo code SGPN.
Quick update on the pack break, Sean. Niners are not available. Already sold. But if you can still get the Seahawks, you can still get the Rams. You can still get the Cardinals also sold.
Cardinals gone. Oh, so
you got Marvin Harrison in there, right? I think a lot of the rookies. Right. It's the 2024. People keep asking me this, like I'm a card expert. The 2025 or like the rookies from this year come out in October.
Yeah, I would go Atlanta Falcons. Michael Penix is available.
I think I might pick up the Jags.
Oh, you got to, right?
Right?
There you go. Well, and you get the Brian Robinson Jr. rookie card.
Yeah, there's good opportunity, and I'm on the Jag wagon. Me and CJ fully jagging off.
You guys love.
People love the jagging up. I just reply to so much stuff. I'm jagging off over here.
Join the Jag wagon. Kramer, you had the San Francisco 49ers going 10-7. I'm going to put you down for under 10.5 wins.
I really wanted this team to be obviously not good after we got through this, but it's not going to be the case.
It's a manageable schedule.
It's too easy. So, all right. So Katie not liking Ricky Pearsall threw me off a little bit. I actually don't have my only take on them. Like I'm not really the only guy I've really even drafted from their offense is Ricky Pearsall. I could definitely see a way where they fall into a division win at this. So Sean, this is the fucked up part. Early in the summer, we're like, how are the Niners priced here and the Rams priced here?
Yeah,
I have the Rams plus 225. I'm not, so I can't say I like the Niners here, but I have this is one of the teams I have literally no action on.
Well,
other than I'm playing the under.
No, I mean, again, like the first reaction when the odds came out was, oh, the Rams, their price was really what I thought pretty high, but now the Stafford back stuff certainly does lose some confidence
it's
in
very
that.
scary.
Yeah. So what are you doing, Kramer? You have under 10.5 wins. What else?
That's it. I mean, I thought about like maybe playing the under for points for the season, but there's too many. If there's too many versions of this team where the defense isn't quite figured out and the offense does put up some points because begrudgingly, Kyle Shanahan good at doing offense, and Brock Purdy, like I said, better than I expect. He was one of the guys in the fantasy review that I had to tell myself I was too low on. I had to bump him up in my rank.
Yeah, you had to knock it up.
Literally no action here.
All right.
I would play. Actually, you know what? I'll tail Katie on the Kittle touchdown.
Over 6.5 TDs.
Yeah,
because he's gonna. Yeah. He's gonna have a couple 2 touchdown games. So we just have to get 3 more.
Yeah, I will tail Katie on the George Kittle over 6.5 touchdowns plus 120. Just as a fellow smelling salt advocate, I feel like I have to ride with him.
Yeah,
Ricky,
yeah.
I understand you're not in love with Ricky Pearsall, but
I'm not saying I'm not in love with him. I just like him under on his receiving yards. It's 785.5. That's it.
I will take he had some explosive plays. You can get him 30-1 just to lead the NFC West in receiving touchdowns. I will take a little piece of Ricky Pearsall there. I also like Brock Purdy rushing touchdowns. You can get Brock Purdy, who doesn't mind running. That's kind of a little dirty little secret. He doesn't mind running. He's live in the 2 touchdown market, and I feel like he's been pretty good. We were ahead of this, like his anytime touchdowns. And last year, what did he finished with 5? I think he can run that back. Give me Brock Purdy 5+ rushing touchdowns at plus 135. So
they're not even offering the most division rushing touchdowns. They're scared
for Brock Purdy.
They're not even offering.
I mean, he had 5. Him getting, I mean, to lead the division, you might be able to lead the division with like 9 or 10.
I did want to ask Katie, who's the guy if McCaffrey gets hurt? Guerrero already banged up.
Jordan James, I think, was hurt
rookie
as well.
Yeah. So who's the guy?
Well, I mean, I think it has to be Guerrero at this point. And yeah, maybe already banged up. But the thing with the 49ers and running backs is it's like a revolving door. It's next
True.
man up, and it doesn't matter who they put out there. He becomes like a freaking superstar. We saw it with Jordan Mason and then Guerrero a little bit last year. Like I'm never really that worried about the running back position, but just what McCaffrey does just to open up the offense in general. I mean, he plays obviously very well as a receiver. We even saw him throw a touchdown once. So like he's so much more special than just the running back. I'm not worried about that necessarily, but we need Christian McCaffrey, which is why I actually like him for a comeback player of the year. Because if the 49ers have the season like I am predicting that they have, obviously the corner piece or the centerpiece of that offense all runs through Christian McCaffrey. He's going to have a crazy year. So you could take him over his yards or these other things and get minimal value. But if he plays like that, and think about it, he just narrowly missed winning that award, the last time that he was up for it, only played for 4 games last year. You can find it at plus 330 or plus 375. So I feel like when it comes to McCaffrey, if you're going to bet overs on everything that he's doing, if you believe in him this year, then you might as well just take him for a comeback player of the year.
Dak Prescott plus 275, Aiden Hutchinson, then McCaffrey. So you're basically playing, and then you have Trevor Lawrence, who he won't win the comeback player of the award when he gets the MVP.
I would say this though, to Katie's point.
I like this play.
Well, one, we know Dak sucks. 2, if Aiden Hutchinson has a really good year, they're just going to go out of their way to give him defensive player of the year,
right?
And then
same
worry
as Trevor Lawrence,
and not worry about comeback player of the year. Like Christian McCaffrey could have like a pretty good year, and he doesn't need to have like crazy offensive player of the year stats.
Right.
Well, and Malik Neighbor is going to have a really ridiculous year with numbers. So yeah, probably not attainable for Christian McCaffrey.
So
I like this angle.
3-1 for Christian McCaffrey. If you're optimistic, to Katie's point, if you think he's going to hit his over in rushing yards or over in touchdowns or whatever, basically, if you think Christian McCaffrey is going to play the entire season and have like his normal or close to normal efficiency, you have to almost take Christian McCaffrey comeback.
He's also he's 22-1 in the offensive player of the year market. So even if you just look at it from that perspective.
Yeah.
So Katie, I have you down for over 10.5 wins.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey, comeback player of the year. You also said George Kittle over 6.5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Now
we're fading Ricky, but I mean, let's take the Niners conference at 9-1 as well. I mean, again, we just said they either miss the playoffs or they make it all the way there. So let's take the 9-1.
And when they're playing the Eagles, you can hedge out and probably get a good price because
maybe there's some regression with the health of the Eagles and Saquon Barkley.
No, how dare that?
Hey, I learned from you. I learned from you.
No, it's a great point, Katie.
It's like that commercial. I learned it from you, Dad.
I mean, literally, I was saying on this show not too long ago that what Saquon has done is all time, and it's just the numbers. But he's probably going to get hurt this year. That's not us saying it; it's the numbers.
I hope not. I hope not. But
what we need to do is get McCaffrey's German doctor's number over to Saquon now. Like get a little preventative measure. Yeah. Make a quick preseason flight, get the little shot in the knee, the stem cells, whatever the fuck else he's getting going on there.
Now, Katie, what were the yards for Ricky Pearsall? 720 something and a half, or
it was 785 and a half.
785 and a half under on the Ricky Pearsall receiving yards. NFC Championship 9-1. Kittle over 6.5 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey comeback player of the year.
Can we get a bonus prediction from Kate? What's the Eagles record?
Oh, okay.
Can you do you have their schedule? I haven't.
I can pull that up. Give me a second.
Okay.
Just so if you need some help, I haven't looked at the schedule myself, but I have gone with a prediction of 9-8.
Yeah, Ryan's delusion
under double digit because their win y'all are at 10.5 too, or are you at 11.5?
11.5.
You know, Kramer had us 10-7 last year. I correctly nailed 14-3.
Ooh, I think Kansas City gets the best of y'all in week 2. I could see you beating Dallas. The Rams, I'm telling you, the Rams would, if it didn't start snowing in that game, Matt Stafford was about to cook y'all. You wouldn't even made it to where you were. So
look at you. You're rooting for the Rams, Katie. Come on, you're better.
So, but like we talked about, Matt Stafford is back. I don't know what that's going to look like. So fine, I'll give you that one. So I have you going in Tampa Bay. I'll have you go 3-1 in the first 4 weeks.
This is great.
Denver, New York, Minnesota. Ooh, New York. Wow, 10.5. That's quite a line there, Kramer.
It's very disrespectful.
Let's say that the Giants get 1 on you. Okay, let's see the Giants come out and they get 1. And then I only have you. I mean, Denver. I don't know. Denver's defense. Although the Niners were able to, backups were able to score on them once yesterday, but Denver's defense should be over 10+ touchdowns for Kittle. Yeah, making bacon. I'm with you on that one. Let's take an alt line there.
I'm with that.
Okay, so I only really have you losing a couple games here. Green Bay, Detroit. I think Detroit's going to take a step back this year. I'm not that high on them. This is annoying. I think they're getting to double digits, unfortunately, unless there's some injuries, and then we see what that looks like. But on paper, we're looking at double digits for them.
Sean likes when games are played on paper. Kittle 10 touchdowns is 5-1.
Oh, okay.
Let's
Put
go.
Me down for that.
Making bacon.
Let's go. That's the fun bet for the episode.
Yeah.
George Kittle, his love of smelling salts.
Well, and he's jacked. Have you seen what his arms look like right now? Like he is not messing around this year.
Yeah, Kramer keeps sending me photos of his arms. He's just a big fan, right, Kramer?
Well, I respect the male athlete in its peak form. I did want to be full transparency with everyone.
Sure.
I do have a text message from I won't say his name, but from a friend of the program, Sean. You have a share in this as well.
Yes, I'm getting this.
Oh, okay. You're going to talk about
There
it.
is one. Yeah. There is one final bet, because if we look at this 49ers team coming off a 6-11 year with, sure, the schedule looks easy, and I'm wishing the best for Christian McCaffrey and his health. But if that slips up a little bit, if the defense doesn't gel, Kyle Shanahan, maybe he's on the hot seat. You can get the 49ers to have the fewest wins in the league at 200-1.
Whoa.
And I already do have a little piece.
Please bet it. Please bet your mortgage on it.
I will.
Please put so much money on this, Sean.
She wants you to go into the poorhouse.
I want to bankrupt you.
We need it. Adi, please make a clip of Katie's just her head turn. You can almost hear the snap from across the.
Bet your life on it. Bet your life on it.
See. So I did have a little 200-1 49ers.
It's like Taken where it says good luck.
Yeah.
Oh, good times. Any other, Katie? Yeah. Any other? Because the Kittle stuff I agree with.
Yeah.
Pearsall don't quite see it eye to eye. I'll play the Pearsall touchdowns, because I was debating the yards or touchdowns, but you got me off the yards.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's all I'm kind of liking right now. Like, well, I have to see how the season goes, but I feel like with so much uncertainty, I'm just looking at things that I know, and I know what Kittle can do and will do. I believe that Christian McCaffrey will stay healthy, so I know what he can do, and so those are why I'm kind of like leaning into them. There are question marks for me around Ricky Pearsall. I don't know that he plays the full season based on what we've seen and him being able to like stay healthy outside the gunshot wound. I'm just talking about like, the hamstring and the groin or whatever it is that he's dealing with now. And also in preseason last year. And I don't know. I just don't think he's really proven to be that reliable of a receiver. I don't think he's going to get as many looks. He did have some explosive plays, and look, I want the best for him. Obviously, I'm just saying, I don't think he goes over the yards.
Well, it's perfect, Sean, because we can check back in with Katie week 4 for the Thursday night episode. We'll have her on to talk props and see. Hopefully, things are looking good at this point.
When things are looking good, yeah.
That's not
I will say last year I was wrong, obviously, about the 49ers, but if y'all will remember, the year before y'all were haters and I was right. And then I came on there and I was like, I told you guys. So, y'all are 1-1. I'm 1-1 when it comes to the 49ers.
This is the rubber match.
So this is the rubber
49ers.
Match. This is the rubber match.
Katie pointing out that when you're 1-1, both sides are 1-1.
Yeah, it's a good.
Thank you, Katie.
The math check.
That's true.
We're both 1-1. The math checks.
Oh, and we got Eagles.
Don't let this blonde hair fool you. Okay, I can count.
Great times as always having Katie on the show. Check her out. CBS Sports continues to kill it on air. Always enjoy seeing your segments. CBS Sports at Katie Mox on X. Best of luck to you, Katie, in the upcoming season. I'm sure we'll be watching, checking in. And Kramer, what do we got? We got it. If you're watching live, we have another team preview tonight. We're talking Commanders with our good buddy Mac from the College Football Experience.
Yeah, and then it's a rapid fire to the end of the team preview series. We got Lions, Ravens, and Chiefs. If you're watching live on Monday, we'll spread them out throughout the week on the podcast feed, and then Bills and Eagles to wrap it up on Wednesday. Like you said, pack break Tuesday night. Still got some teams available.
Oh, that'll be super fun. And if you're gonna be out at Circa next couple weekends, come say hi. Hit us up at Gambling Podcast.
We have some firm handshakes lined up.
Oh yeah, Kramer loves a good firm handshake. It is great getting to meet the listeners in person. So come out, say what's up, and of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green. He's Ryan.
Yeah, go Niners, I guess.
Kramer,
bang, bang.
Let it ride.
I want better fucking execution.